Hey guys, I finally made it to Miami. It has been a long day. I had planned on doing a little bit more of like a travel vlog intro to this, but it was just so crazy flying and changing planes and then layovers and waiting and then so many people, and I didn't want to make them uncomfortable or like feel weird filming in front of them. So anyways, I made it to Miami. My flight in Denver was an hour delayed. 3 of the flight attendants were late. So we were all ready to board. Group A was all ready to board, and they had us all lined up and then said, well, actually it's gonna be however long. We actually don't know how long because we're still missing flight attendants. So we had to wait for them. And then we got on the plane and somebody's carry-on bag was too big for the bin, so they had to check it. So then they had to go wait to do that. And then we were waiting on potable water for the plane. So we were like an hour delayed, but I'm here and I'm so ready to just sit back. I actually think I might go explore the downstairs part of the hotel. 1, because I'm hungry and I want something to eat, and 2, just so I know where I'm going tomorrow. So yeah, so I'm really excited to bring you guys along for day 1 of Deco Summit. And I wanted to show you guys my room too. I have a king bed. This room all to myself. You fellow moms that follow me will know how excited I am. Might be more excited to have this king bed to myself than I am for Deco Summit. You moms know what I'm talking about. Kids always end up in your bed. But this is such a cute room. There is a small balcony out there. I tried to open it. The door is super, super heavy, so I doubt I'm gonna go out there. And it's nighttime, so I don't even think you guys are gonna be able to see anything except my reflection, but we'll try. So, yeah. Not much. I'll show you guys more in the morning. So yeah, and then we will check out the standard bathroom. Really cute granite countertops. This is actually a really nice room. You know, it's you know, the DoubleTree by Hilton, so it's not, you know, the actual Hilton, but it's still a beautiful hotel, and I'm really excited. So yeah, so I will see you guys in the morning. Okay guys, I just finished getting ready and I'm actually, it's 8:40 now. It starts at 9. Registration's been open since 7:30, I believe. Whoops, my watch is going off. Registration's been open since like 7 or 7:30, I think. And I'm completely on West Coast time. I completely blew it. So it was like 8 o'clock and I was like, crap. So I shot up and got ready real quick. But I wanted to show you my room. Here's the view from my room now that it's daylight. So just wanted to show you that real quick. But I'm heading down to Deco Summit and I'm so excited. So I will see you guys there. So here is where we just registered. So cute, all the balloons. You got your little registration booth. Oh my goodness.
Probably traveled a couple of days. So we're super excited that you guys are here. The myth and the legend. The CEO of Ricoma. Let's give a warm welcome to Henry Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you for that intro. Thank you so much for all of you for being here. I really think that Deco Summit, to set some context, it's really home, and I want to welcome you guys home to where the only conference that can unite a lot of apparel tech creators in our industry. Because I really believe that this is our home. This is your home. And I'm happy to welcome you back and welcome you home, because I believe this is probably the only place that you guys can openly talk about stitch counts and pre-treatment without people looking at you weird, okay? And thinking you're, what are you talking about? So really welcome home to Deco Summit, welcome home to this community where we're bringing together all apparel tech creators that share common interests. Today's topic is really gonna be talking about the 3 ways to adapt to behavior and the expectations of the new shopper. So here are some statistics to help you wrap your mind around the impact and the significance of this. Right? 70% of consumers say a company's understanding of their personal needs influences their loyalty. Prepare for you, but I'm very proud of the team that put all of this content together. But like Melanie said in the beginning, the content is just the start of it. The networking and the relationships that you'll build today and throughout the weekend is well worth the trip.
Embroidery up here, and then vinyl down here. And then it has another 3D puff. Gosh, that looks amazing. Shoes. Oh my gosh. I might have to embroider my cowgirl boots. Converse. Vinyl. This looks amazing. Jacket. Oh my gosh, I wonder how long that took to stitch out. Leather jacket, holy smokes. I think this is the design they have going over there, maybe. Tote bag. Actually, this is a bleacher seat. That's not a tote bag, that's like a bleacher seat. That's pretty cool. Maybe one day I'll be able to put that in a jacket for me. But they did announce Ricoma's YouTube just reached 100,000 subscribers, so that's awesome. Congrats, Ricoma. Really cool stuff here. Let's check out this tote bag that we saw earlier. Hi, Brianna. Hi, so nice to meet you. I'm just talking to myself over here. So I went to the complete wrong end of the hallway. I think I'm gonna do mixed media demo since social media is full. This one's brick and mortar shops, how to grow, quite a few people.
Guys to reach to also claim both of those titles. I have an online website where I predominantly create custom hats, as well as I make content on the side. I have a little over 500,000 followers between all of my platforms. YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are going to be my biggest platforms, and we're going to speak on a little bit more of these today.
Transfer process on them. I'm not going to pass them around yet, but I'll pass them around shortly so you guys can feel what they feel like once you've created a transfer. But I also have some pre-printed transfers already that I've printed out, and I'll pass them around momentarily to a degree. And then when you press, for a certain amount of seconds, and then when you press to do the A to B transfer, you also need to change the time on that. And this machine makes it really fast and really efficient to change times. I'm going to put down a piece of paper to protect my platen because this glue can sometimes get stuck to your platen. So you want to protect your heat press, protect your investment at all times. So you're going to lay this down in here inside your heat press. We've got the slide out right here, slide out feature key, right? And put another piece of paper on top because this glue, this little small part right here, you don't want to get that stuck on your platen. So I'm going to put a piece on top to protect it and slide it in. And this part right here is for 120 seconds.
Direct to garment, we have the two-step heat transfer printing, we have the heat transfer vinyl, direct to film, sublimation, screen printing. So these are a few examples of different ways that you get it accomplished. Some of them are more convenient as opposed to others, depending on volume, depending on quality, what it is that you're necessarily looking for. So first and foremost, we're going to go over direct to garment printing.
I think this is always a fan favorite, the panel. You know, it's an opportunity for you to ask industry leaders questions, learn from their experience. So thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate it, and honestly, I feel honored to be on this stage with you. All right, so our next panelist is Kayla Krish. Kayla is a YouTuber and Etsy shop owner and one of Ricoma's influencers.
This is terrifying. I am not like these guys. I feel like I shouldn't be up here because you guys are like, I'm not even close to the league these guys are in.
But that's the beauty of Deco Summit. It's for
Yes.
all skill levels.
Yes,
Plus, we're
exactly.
lying.
But no, I do. I have an Etsy shop and I do teaching tutorials on YouTube, and mine is a very small scale. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so I basically just do this on the side as a little bit of supplemental income for my husband, and yeah.
Last panelist is Patrice Wilson. Patrice is a teacher, business owner, and YouTuber with over 50,000 subscribers.
Hey y'all, I'm Patrice of Craftable Things, and I have a lot going on. So I usually tell everybody that I'm a hot mess because I really am. But I'm a consistent hot mess. Whether that's a good hot mess or a bad hot mess, I'm consistent. So I have two Etsy shops. One that sells blanks, one that sells customized items. Also, I do a lot of local work. I'm a school teacher. I teach special education in high school, and I absolutely love it. I can't stop. That's why I'm still working there. And it also provides me another way of advertising for myself and marketing myself, and being able to be a vendor for my school.
Last year, I added embroidery to my business because I just wanted to take my business up to the next level. So I have a 15 needle, and I'm actually, learning as well, soaking it all in. And it helps to have a best friend who's the king of embroidery. But I have my own Etsy shop and Shopify store as well.
Thank you, Katrina. So next we have Kelly. Kelly also has a nickname. She's known as the Embroidery Nurse. She's a former nurse turned full-time embroiderer.
Oh, that's really not that exciting. I do embroidery and I'm a nurse, so there you go. I'm the embroidery nurse. It was actually kind of funny. I was working full-time as a nurse, and I I didn't come up with that name, I didn't plan on that name, but I would literally be in the cafeteria trying to get my lunch on my like 5-minute lunch break, and someone would come up, are you the embroidery nurse? So it just kind of landed and it stuck, and it's been my name ever since.
Man, I'll talk to you after that. It struck a nerve in me. Like I said, I left my job 2.5 weeks ago, so it just got to the point where I told myself if I could make as much as I make at work with my side hustle, then that's when I knew it would be safe, because I was making that work for X amount of time, so if I can duplicate that. But then the fear of it, I started matching it and even started tipping with more for my business, but I still had that fear of just like, I have insurance through this job. Do I really want to do this? What if everything cuts off? But I think it really just comes down to doubling down on yourself. If you can go, and no shame in the 9 to 5, we've all been there. But if you can go clock in for work, if you can wake up early for work, if you can go to work sick, why can't you do that for yourself? So I feel like once the income matches, that's a pretty safe sign. And at that point, take the chance. And
at 12 years in the military, I opened up our print shop. And I said, I got 1 year to make this happen. Either it happens or it doesn't. At least we gave it a try, right? And that's where we're at.
But one thing is for sure, two things for certain. You definitely want to enjoy whatever path you choose. You definitely want to enjoy what you're doing, or else it's not going to be sustainable, and you're going to dread doing it every day, and it's going to be another job that you want to get out of. So just think about that.
If you have fear, I don't know.
Is it in that aspect of creating? Are you looking at it from a fear of content or a fear of investing with no return? Or
Yes, everything. Everything. How do business, this machine, how do I do this, how do I get customers, everything. Because this is kind of like drowning too.
So the way I looked at it when I first got my machine and I was looking into eventually leaving my job is like, okay, if it comes down to it, I can do my own brand. I can go to my local high school if I need to and make hats for them, make shirts for them. So one way I would think is maybe write down a list of 10 ways you can monetize your machine or whatever it is that you're doing. Write that down, and it's okay. If this goes bad, I got this. If I can't make shirts for myself, I can go, like I said, to a local school, and I feel like doing that will give you some form of safety net. And also, going back to just management of the back end of a business, I wrote down like all my bills, like how much money do I need to make to stay afloat? And I feel like just looking at that number, as simple as it sounds, knowing like, okay, I need X amount of money a month to even wake up and look myself in the mirror and have a roof over my head at night, and align that with all the different ways you can monetize, whether it be from posting content, selling, you know what I mean, for yourself or for whoever else. And I feel like that will take some of the stress off. But at the end of the day, I mean, day to day, nothing is guaranteed, especially when you're running a business yourself. So that's just part of what the realization you have to walk into, is that this could all end tomorrow, but in that same breath, whatever 9 to 5 year job you're working, what happens if that business ends? So I feel like the fear never truly goes away, but it's just about having safety nets and options in mind for if this goes bad, I'm gonna do this, if this goes bad, I'm gonna do this. And I feel like the fulfillment you get outweighs the fear at a certain point.
When you're starting a new business, when you're starting something, a new job, or whatever it is, there's always some anxiety, there's always some fear, right? Because we don't know what the outcome is going to be. But at the same time, every day just gets a little bit easier. I always tell people just to start. You don't know what's going to happen, but just start. Put all that aside. You know, you can build gradually, but every day gets a little bit easier. You get a little bit comfortable. People get to really fill out who you are. But for me, I had to put all that aside, and I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go with it.
So it looks like they're getting ready for the VIP hands-on training classes tomorrow. So they're getting all the machines out and ready. And that is a wrap for Deco Summit Day 1. I can't wait to show you guys what Day 2 has. I can't wait for my hands-on training. Got tons of machines literally up and down this whole hallway. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, sorry I look like a hot mess right now. It is 10 o'clock here in Florida, but my body is like, no, it's only 6 o'clock, you know, West Coast time. So yeah, so I'm just up editing videos. I'm sure everybody else is sleeping, but I just finished editing the video for Day 1 today, and I just wanted to give you guys a couple of my takeaways from today. I had no idea what to expect coming. I've never been to, you know, like an expo or like a crafting convention, you know, like I know like Cindy and Kachi's Customs, you know, like they just posted going to the Impressions Expo. I've never been to anything like that. And So I didn't know if this was gonna be like similar, but more like businessy. So I didn't know what to expect, and my mind has just been blown today. It has been so eye-opening. And real quick, just as a disclaimer, if you see me looking this way, it's because I have the Padres and the Mets up right behind you guys. They're in the playoffs, and I'm rooting for my Padres. So anyways, so I just want to share with you guys a couple of my takeaways from today, because I learned just so much. I truly wish I would have been able to go to every single seminar, but obviously I couldn't. There was one that I'm really, really bummed that I missed, and the title was basically, I don't have my paper with me, but the title was basically like, you know, finding your niche. And it's like, you know, us Etsy sellers and YouTubers, you know, like you hear that all the time. Find your niche, find where you fit in, you know, like you feel like you hear that all the time. So I was like, oh, I don't need to go to that, you know, like it's nothing I haven't heard. Well, lo and behold, the guy that taught the class, he sells Letterman jackets for like $1,000 a piece. And so I'm like, oh, I should have gone to that. He was actually next to me on the panel. I think his name was Mike Doyle. I'm gonna have to find his business name and you know, get some secrets, because I'm really, really bummed I missed that one. So 3 things that I took away from today was, I can't tell you how many times I heard the phrase, don't be a jack of all trades, which is what I feel like I am, and sort of like accidentally but not accidentally, because I'm always like, oh, that looks cute, I want to try that. Oh, that looks cute, I want to try that. So really, you know, narrowing down what I want my product to be, which is what this guy and his wife did with the Letterman's jackets. They're like, you know, we want to focus on one thing, and we want to be the best at that one thing. We used to offer hats and shirts and everything, but we figured out, you know, we can do less work with a product that costs more money. So that's definitely something that I really need to figure out is, you know, what exactly I want to do, what exactly I want my business to look like. You know, it started with a Cricut, so that's why, you know, I just did baby onesies for the longest time and kind of got, you know, into the child apparel industry, which is great, and I love it, you know, but then it's, you know, like if you know, go back and look at my YouTube videos, it's like, oh, I, you know, got all this tutu stuff, I'm gonna start making circle skirts, and it's like I never do, because I'm like, not motivated to, you know. So I guess just needing to find exactly what inspires me, find exactly what I want to make, you know, not want to add something to my Etsy shop just because it's what everybody else is doing and it's what's going to make money. Because like what Alan Wade from AW Productions said, you know, like if it's not in here, if it's not in your heart, it's not going to sustain your business. You know, like if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's not going to sustain you. And I do enjoy making baby onesies, but it's like, that's not really what I want to do long term. Like I'm finding a lot more fulfillment doing stuff for my local community, doing stuff for my local coffee shop, doing stuff for the local churches. And so that's where I kind of see myself being eventually something like Heart and Hustle Printing that was there today. You know, he's a brick and mortar one-stop shop. He does screen printing and embroidery and sublimation and, you know, everything for whatever kind of garment you might need it on. That was the first thing that I took away, was don't be a jack of all trades, because then you're a master of none. So I've got a lot of thinking to do and possibly some things I need to do away with. And you guys, I want a DTG printer so darn bad, because I feel like with a DTG printer, I would be able to not get rid of my Cricut, but not use my Cricut for my business and not have to do sublimation anymore. I can't tell you, I was at the Denver airport, and somebody had tagged my name in my small town community Facebook page because somebody was looking for shirts, and somebody I know tagged me in it, and that person messaged me and said, hey, this is my image, and I'm like, that would be so great for TTG. And you know, they want it on black shirts, so that makes it a problem for sublimation. It's too many colors for vinyl, and So I talked to him and he was like, you know, you're basically the most professional person that I've talked to. You know, nobody else can handle this detailed of an image. And the person that sent me told me to ask for DTG, but I don't know what that means. And I was like, well, the person who sent you is right. That would be the best way to go. And so I talked to him because he was like, can you tell me what the difference is between all these different things? And so I walked him through, or, you know, texted him through what each different thing is. And so we basically settled on me buying the transfers and putting them on the shirts for him. I told him I could either do it that way if he wanted to stick with someone local, because he was really adamant about supporting someone local before he outsourced. So now when I get home, I need to figure out, you know, find somebody to do the transfers. So if you follow me and you have, you know, if you sell the DTF transfers, contact me because I need some. So it is still business, but I still have to outsource it, you know, and it's like a 12-piece order, so it is still a good size order, but it's something that like I wish I could just offer, you know. So yeah. The second thing that I took away from today is that I need to be reaching out more to local businesses and schools, different organizations like 4-H and the PTAs and you know, baseball teams and different things like that, and trying to sell my services that way, especially if I want to eventually be more of like a brick and mortar store. And I don't even know that being a brick and mortar store is what I want to do, but I think I just more so want my name out there to the local community for them to bring me their stuff. And the third thing that I took away from today, I learned from Alan Wade in his about how to leave your 9-to-5. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool. I don't have a 9-to-5 to leave, but if I could take some stress off of my husband's 9-to-5, that's my main goal. I don't know that I would ever make enough for him to be able to stay home, you know, but his advice was like, figure out your number goal, what you want to make a month, and then work backwards from there. So, like, for example, if you wanted to make his example today was $10,000 a month. Okay, what do I need to do to get there? I can reach out to local businesses and schools and, you know, potentially make $2,000 from them. I can go over here and market to churches and get $1,000 from them, and then just work backwards and, you know, set those goals backwards. Not, okay, I've invested all of this, now what, you know. So it was really, really good. So now I'm thinking like, okay, how can I work backwards with what I have now to help with that? So that was my day one at Deco Summit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below and say hi. I will try to tag everybody that I met today or that, you know, was featured like on the panel in the description of this video. Make sure you check that out and subscribe to them too, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of Deco Summit.